Hey guys, it is MattySports bringing you my Week 11 predictions of the 2014 college football season. Last week in Week 10, I went 8-2, predicting correctly Florida State over Louisville. Auburn beat Ole Miss on a last-second play. TCU beat West Virginia on a game-winning field goal. And my two losses were the surprising upset of Florida over Georgia. That was a really shocking upset. Florida dominated that game. And Virginia could not beat Georgia Tech for me, so I'm done with Virginia for the rest of the year. I'm not picking them ever again. But that was Week 10. We're on to Week 11 where I have 10 more games. And first game on the list is a top 15 matchup in the Big 12 of number 12 Baylor traveling on the road to number 15 Oklahoma. Now, both these teams, Oklahoma has 2 losses, Baylor only has 1 loss. At Baylor, still kind of in the conversation for the playoff, but because Oklahoma's at home, I'm going to have to pick Oklahoma at home just because I'm still uncertain about Baylor. I know Baylor can score a ton of points, but I feel like Oklahoma just has a little bit better defense, and I think Oklahoma can score points as well, so I'll take Oklahoma at home. Next, I'm going to show some love for the Big Ten, some Big Ten love of Iowa traveling on the road to Minnesota. Both these teams are 6-2. Both, I think, have a decent shot of going to their Big Ten championship game as long as Nebraska loses another game. But I'll take Minnesota at home. I know a lot of people are kind of high on Iowa in the preseason. It's kind of probably maybe like a sleeper top 15 team, but they have 2 losses, so maybe they can still make it in the end, but I like Minnesota at home. Next, we have a top 10 matchup of number 10 Notre Dame traveling on the road to number 9 Arizona State. Now, I'm really high on Arizona State, as I've said many times before. They were my sleeper team in the Pac-12, and so far they only have 1 loss, and they're doing really well. And they're at home playing against Notre Dame. So I'm going to pick number 10 Notre Dame to go on the road and beat Arizona State. I know I kind of was anticlimactic, but after seeing Arizona State's games, yes, they are winning their games, but the way they're winning them, it's not convincing, and one of these times they're probably going to have to lose. And Notre Dame, their 1 loss came to a controversial penalty, so Notre Dame can very well be undefeated right now. And I think I wasn't really that high on Notre Dame, but after seeing them play a couple times, I think Notre Dame's a really good team. So I'll take Notre Dame on the road to win this game. Next, we have an ACC matchup of Virginia traveling on the road to number 2 Florida State. Now, the only reason why I'm picking this game is because it is a rivalry game. Well, it sort of is. It technically is, but they don't play every year. And it's for the Battle of the Jefferson Epps Trophy, so that's the only trophy game Florida State plays for, pretty much. That's like an official trophy, not like the Gatorhead or something. But I'll take Florida State at home. Now, both these teams, head coaches are playing for a good cause. They're basically trying to raise money for disease, so that's also another reason why I'm kind of picking this game. And it's for Jimbo Fisher's son, who's, I think, 9 years old or 10 years old. He has this disease, and Tom London, or Mike London's wife, or daughter, who's 18, she has this disease also. That involves like bone marrow and stuff, so it's a very dangerous disease. So hopefully they'll raise a lot of money for this game. But besides that, I'll pick Florida State at home to win. Next, we have a crucial Big 12 matchup. Personally, I think is the game of the week, but College Game Day is not going there. But it is number 7 Kansas State traveling on the road to number 6 TCU. I remember at the beginning of the season I wasn't that high on TCU, and I was kind of meh with Kansas State. I didn't think these two teams would be at the top of the Big 12 at all, and it's going to be a really close matchup, but I'll take Kansas State on the road. I just feel like Kansas State, their only loss came to Auburn, and they only lost by, I think, only 1 score, and TCU, they lost after giving up a 21-point lead in the 4th quarter to Baylor. So, I mean, both these teams, it's really hard to pick. I should pick the home team in this situation, but I don't know. I kind of like the coaching style of Bill Snyder, and I'll take Kansas State on the road. Next, we have one of the more popular rivalries in the SEC West, and that is number 5 Alabama traveling on the road to number 16 LSU. Now, these two teams usually play 8 o'clock on CBS. I guess they've been doing that since like the end of 2006, and they've been playing at 8 o'clock pretty much since then, so this is one of the bigger games of the SEC each year. Now, LSU, I mean, they're still good. They only have 2 losses, but they aren't as higher on the rankings like they normally would be heading into this matchup. And because even though LSU is at Death Valley, they have great home field advantage, I'm still going to have to take Alabama on the road to win this game. I just feel like Alabama's offense is a lot better than people think. And I don't know. I'm still kind of hesitant with LSU. I know they did get that win over Ole Miss a couple weeks ago, but LSU's okay, but I don't think they're good enough to beat Alabama. Next, we have a Pac-12 matchup of number 4 Oregon traveling on the road to number 17 Utah. Now, Utah's definitely been the surprising team in the Pac-12 this year. I definitely would not think they'd be in the top 20 at this point in the season. Oregon still only has that one loss to Arizona. Oregon has to travel on the road, but I'll still pick Oregon on the road to win this game just because of the quarterback play of Marcus Mariota. And even after still seeing Utah play, and they are pretty impressive, I'm just still not convinced in them, so I'll take Oregon on the road. Next, we have a Big 12 matchup of number 23 West Virginia traveling on the road to Texas. Now, I kind of consider this for an upset. I was kind of feeling Texas at home, but after seeing how West Virginia's been playing their past 2-3 games, they barely lost to TCU on a field goal. They definitely could have and should have won that game. Clint Trickett is having an amazing senior season at quarterback, so I'll take West Virginia on the road to beat Texas. And next we have the upset special of number 20 Georgia traveling on the road to Kentucky, and I'll take the Kentucky Wildcats to upset Georgia at home. Now, I'm kind of Kentucky's a pretty good team, a lot better than people think. They almost beat Mississippi State a couple weeks ago, although I think they did lose quite a bit to Missouri. So Missouri kind of handled them, but Georgia, after seeing them play last week, and Todd Gurley's still not going to be back. Todd Gurley's not coming back until the Auburn game. So Georgia's still without Todd Gurley. Kentucky's at home. So I think I can kind of see an upset here, and I think Kentucky can win this game at home. And next we have the game of the week where College Game Day will be going to. And that is number 14 Ohio State traveling on the road to number 8 Michigan State. Now, both these teams only have one loss. Michigan State lost on the road to Oregon, so that's definitely a quality loss for them. Whereas Ohio State's one loss came to Virginia Tech at home. Now, I remember in the beginning of the year, everyone was high on Virginia Tech after they beat Ohio State. Like, oh, Virginia Tech, they may make the playoffs this year. Well, then they lost to East Carolina, and then they lost ACC games, and then they're still losing ACC games, and Virginia Tech may not even be bowl eligible, so that is definitely a terrible loss for Ohio State, especially being at home. So that does not help their resume for the college football playoffs. So even if Ohio State wins this game against Michigan State, I still don't think, even if they win out, I don't think they'll make the playoffs. So basically, for the Big Ten, Michigan State has to win this game in order for a Big Ten team to make the playoff. Maybe Nebraska coming out of the West Division, they might make it if they win out, but this is definitely a pivotal game for the Big Ten and a game that Michigan State has to win for them. So I'll take Michigan State at home just because I think they're definitely the more complete team. Even though JT Barrett at quarterback for Ohio State's definitely improved over the year, I'm going to have to take Michigan State at home. But anyway, guys, that's been my Week 11 predictions. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Any of the games that I missed, any of the games I did predict, you want to talk about some more, always feel free to leave a comment. But anyway, guys, this has been MattySports, and I'll see you guys next week for Week 12.